Chili oil is one of those things that taste amazing on everything, even on ice cream, but one problem I have is that it runs out so fast. And if I want to get more, you already know that I'm dropping at least 10 bucks for this little thing. What do I look like eating this baby portion? So to solve this issue, I decided to make my own. And by the end of this video, you'll be making the most amazing chili oil without paying over 10 beans for this baby bottle every time it runs out. Because nobody decides how much chili oil we should be eating except us. And make sure to like and subscribe to end the chili oil deprivation. So, the chili oil you make is only as good as the oil you're using. So using plain oil without spices infusing into it is not going to cut it. So for this blend, we're going to use 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, 4 to 5 pieces of star anise, 1 large or 2 small pieces of really high quality cinnamon sticks, 1/3 of a cup of Szechuan peppercorns, and finally 4 to 5 pieces of crushed garlic. Aw, look at this one trying to sprout and be something of himself. For this recipe, use a neutral oil. A neutral oil is just an oil that has little to no flavor so that the ingredients we use can be the star of the show. Pour 1 quart into a pot along with the garlic and the spices and allow this to come up to temperature. Warning though, we don't want to fry our spices, so gently simmer it for 1 to 2 hours. We want to maintain a temperature between 230 degrees Fahrenheit to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. As long as it's within this range, there shouldn't be an issue. Now you just find something to do for the next 2 hours. What y'all think of my flowers? Yo, why don't men get flowers, man? Y'all ever notice that? Look how beautiful they are. You doing good, girl?
I'm dying.
You doing really good?
Help me.
This one actually started to bloom little flowers. How pretty. Just give it some food in the water right there. Spray it a little bit. Hey, it's like a relationship. You gotta spray it and don't go to no other gardens, all right? Focus on your flower. Hold up. That's the yellow whip right there. Oh, and the missing hubcaps. We don't speak about that. So how about that chili oil? While the oil is doing its thing, we can now begin with the crunchy part of our chili oil. Please, number 1, use a big enough bowl, and number 2, use a metal bowl so that it doesn't shatter when we add in that hot oil. Speaking of which, one of my glass containers just broke. Use metal. Go in with 1 cup of Asian red pepper flakes. If you can't find this, don't worry. Normal red pepper flakes also work really well, but do expect a little bit more heat. I like to add a 1/4 cup of dried onion flakes because it enhances the texture and it gives it a really nice onion flavor. Next thing, we're gonna do 1 1/2 teaspoon of some ocean or salt, and lastly 1 tablespoon of black vinegar. This stuff adds an even deeper flavor. Mix that up really good and you're basically done. You're just waiting for the oil at this point. Listen, I'm not completely unaware that black vinegar is not available to most of you. So if you don't end up finding this, you can use balsamic vinegar to a 1-to-1 ratio. If you don't end up adding it, it's okay, but your chili oil will be a little bit less complex. At some point during the simmering process, the garlic will start to brown, so just discard that so that it doesn't cause a bitter flavor to our oil. Our spices are infused, our red pepper flakes are ready, so now you're gonna crank up that heat of the oil so that it reaches 320 degrees Fahrenheit. And make sure to pour it over your chili mix very slowly so that it doesn't burn anything, and most importantly, doesn't burn you. This may look good right now, but some spots aren't covered completely with it. Ah, see that? Those bottom parts really needed some love. Allow it to cool completely unless you don't want to taste again in your life, and add in some sesame seeds and about a tablespoon of sesame oil. We're adding more layers of flavor yet again. This stuff lasts about 3 months, but let's be real, this will be gone in about 3 weeks tops. Stop playing with me. After all said and done, you've just made the perfect condiment for tempura, your favorite soup, and yes, even ice cream. I guess good on anything means good on anything. Cheers. Hold up. Hold. Low key, what's getting me is the sesame seeds. It tastes very nutty and it goes really well with the vanilla. Oh my goodness. To my surprise, it really worked well with the vanilla. I would go out of my way to put this on my ice cream.
I'm sure it tastes big with the shrimp.
All the way from the ice cream to the tempura. If you're somebody who likes chili oil, puts it on anything, there's no reason you shouldn't know how to make it at home. Especially this big old jar, almost as big as my head. As you store it on the shelf, let the flavors mature. If you think it's good now, check tomorrow. It's gonna bloom the flavors even better. I'll see you in the next one, my cooks.